Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Mike Lynch and Repo Rod.
Some of my guys were, I don't know the word that I could actually say, but they were receiving funds from this guy that owned the shop.
Some kickbacks.
Well, not only that, they go down there, and whatever's going on, everybody gets to jump in, But that's not us. That was those four individuals. I'm not mad at me. I'm not mad at my charter. I'm not mad at Hell's Angels right now. I'm mad at certain people that took this and talked other people into hating us. Because believe me, and I know Rod's going to, at some point in time, somebody hated our ass because of what they assumed that we did.
Yep.
And that's the bullshit. I had to live in Fresno. I was born and raised there, did all the things I did. But when all this shit coming out, I sold a bad bike to somebody, I took money, I did this and I did that. Well, there's none of that's true. Okay? So now what? Us against the world? I'll be honest with you. I'll fight when I need to fight, but I'm not a dumbass that has to fight 10 guys over a subject that never even happened. Come on, man. My own charter. You know what I mean? God damn, there was guys in my own charter that decided, well, if he says you did it, you must have did it. What he did with
facts don't
Rob,
matter.
Yeah, and with Rob was dying, he took those tapes to the other guy, and they played them straight up from the courtroom. Straight up.
They were talking about them too, but they didn't really have context to what they were.
I didn't know that well, and I understand what he's trying to do. I said, but George is a formidable opponent. And if you're going to make accusations about that guy, you better know what you're talking about. In other words, that you can't lie about the tapes. Okay, da-da-da. But you can't be calling that guy a rat or this or that. He's accused me of saying that. I said, never use that word. I never. Because that's pretty strong. You might as well call me it hits just as bad rat in our world, rat and a baby, any of that shit. I don't care which one of you done. We're going to treat you the same on each one of those counts. You know what I mean? So you guys, and my deal is that I wasn't in there a long time. I mean, 7 months ain't nothing, but what I lost, my shop, every dime I had, vehicles, motorcycles,
your reputation,
your house. I mean, pretty soon I got nothing,
Mike, 7 years, 5 to walk off, a house, my bikes, my income, my kids. That's what I got.
And I think that that's the kind of issue that we should be allowed to bring up as long as we're not lying or embellishing or fucking getting compensated. We're not getting shit. But I feel that just getting it off my chest makes me feel $1,000 richer a minute. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not afraid of anybody when it comes to that shit. I mean, what you're going to be mad at me because I told the truth finally? Okay, all these things really transpired. And if you really want to get into it, find out, go get the things like I did when I was defending myself. I had to pay for all the transcripts, pay for all this, pay for all that. And then after I got it, my lawyer said, there's nothing I can do unless I subpoena all them guys, put them on the stand and say, is this you on this recording right here? Well, then cops are going to sit there and say, sure the is. Them two are going to say it. And this guy's going, well, that's not me. Or I'm going to plead the fifth. Okay, plead the fifth. They're still going to play them recordings. And them cops going to tell you why they did it. These guys were dirty, and we had them dead to rights.
Yeah.
So, guys, the small guy gets.
You were the sacrificial lamb.
Basically, yeah.
Hey, I used to. They asked me when this first happened, and I'm out and all that. I was pretty angry, but I didn't know everything. Now that I know everything, I'm not angry. But motherfucker, you ain't gonna sit off in the corner and collect Staxx while we're over here living through what people had to say about us and trying to keep our head up high and finally just say fuck it all, write it all off, continue to do what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that it needs to be brought to the attention of the same people that are listening to this crap out of an individual. Well, let's us, the guys that were actually there, that took part, not secondhand information. It wasn't written on the girl's bathroom at some bar. This is what I did. How do I have proof? Because I sat in that cell. All that they confiscated, you call them up and ask them if they did. They did. Oh, I mean, and it was I didn't get reimbursed by anybody for the indiscretion that was made. This guy flat ass saved his own ass and maybe a few others, and he made statements that weren't true that hurt other people that are members in the same goddamn club, which we know. It doesn't take anybody with any kind of special degree to find out. We don't fuck each other. Even though we know it happens, in general speaking, we're by the paper. We don't do that. If you got something to say, meet us at the deal down there. We'll work it out or we won't.
This happened that time, but do you think it possibly could have happened other times that people don't know about?
Okay, I don't know. I mean,
if it happened once, it could have happened.
How is it going to stop? Okay, if when we know the things that we know and it's happening, well, we're not allowed to get up there and say, hey, jerk this motherfucker up by his coattail and say, hey, this is my issue right now, not 10 years from now. Half the people that are involved, I would say more than half, there's probably like 8 or 9 guys involved in my case that are dead. That leaves 2 or 3 of us out.
Yeah.
One is George, one is me, and maybe 1 or 2 others, but the rest of the guys are deceased.
Yeah.
So all I can do is I'm going to go off what I experienced. I'm going to, if I'm asked a question, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened to me and why. And that's exactly what the powers that be that were prosecuting me, they flat ass told me. Your boy down there, and my lawyer was so shook when he goes, who is this George Christie dude? I go, well, he's the grand poobah down there. He's, 40 years in the club. He's, he's involved up to here. And he goes, well, I'll tell you what, from what I listened to so far, you're
the problem, Mike, is a lot of these dudes that are politically active within the club that have a lot of time in, they overlook the indiscretions and they do.
Well,
and they don't question them on it.
No. And that to me is the single most problem as an organization. If you see a spade, it's a spade. Okay. Doesn't bring me happiness to have to let somebody know this guy's a piece of shit. Okay. I don't want to, but goddamn, why do guys like me and you and all the rest of the guys, I got guys in Canada, I got guys everywhere, that every single one of them got bad. And took every dime, every house, every motorcycle, everything for what he allegedly did.